Alright, this is Deep Blue by George Harrison. Not to be confused by Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. This is a one-off Living in the Material World. It's a bonus track. If I sound kind of nasally, it's because I'm sick. I actually have coronavirus. I wish that was a joke, but it's not. Anyway, so I'm like 80% sure there's two guitars. So one of them's playing, the main riff with like just regular picking style, and then and the other one is like actually doing the bluesy rhythm stuff. You can use a pick or just your hand. I usually play with just my fingers. It's just easier when you just pick up a guitar. But for the sake of the video, for the sake of making it sound good, I'll use a pick. Cap on the 7th fret. You can put it give it a little bit of space. If your fingers are kind of big, you're gonna do some basic chords here. So, you can move it back just a little bit. Anyway, first what you wanna do, well, I'm gonna show you the main riff. So it's 11, sorry. 10, 9, open. And when I say open, it's technically the 7th fret, but I'm not having any fingers on the guitar, so I call it open. So again, that's one part. The second part is very, very similar. It's instead of you start one fret closer to the capo, so 10, 9, 9, 9, open. So all together. So that's like the main riff part you kind of hear throughout the entire song. Now the second part is the chords. Now he does this bluesy lick here, where he hammers on the pointer finger on an E chord. I don't know what the chord is relative to the capo. I'm just gonna call it, relative to no capo. So you want to do the hammer on. It's very important that you hear it's really important that you hear that. And you want to have your pinky fingers stretched to the 11th fret. And then, so you do this down. And then up to hear this note. I kind of messed up there. So once you do that, you want to go down, up, down. I don't know what the tempo is, but you can do up, down, up, down, up, down, whichever. And then you want to do this A minor chord. I think it's A minor. That's 2nd fret relative to the capo on the 2nd and 4th string. And you want to put your pinky on the 10th fret. And then move that down to the 9th fret. And then take it off. So this is the beginning. Do this shape. Twice, down, up. Move that finger down. Once. Take that pinky off. Again. I'm kind of muting it with the base of my palm just to have, because I don't like it to ring out, because then it kind of gets confusing. I think that's what he does on one guitar, just so there isn't a lot of feedback. So all together, that's... That's the first part. The second part's very similar, except that pinky finger moves down 1 fret. And then once you go to this chord, you already automatically put it on the 9th, your pinky on the 9th fret. 1, 2, 3, open. why I don't usually play with a pick is because you can kind of hear the noise. Without it, it sounds like this. I like to use my hand as like a drumstick, kind of bang on it. It's all together. So that's the main riff that you hear throughout the whole entire song. And then I guess, I don't know if it's like the bridge or the chorus, whatever. What he does is he just does a regular E chord without the pinky extended for a while. If you can play along with the actual song, you get a better, understanding of it. And then he goes to this part. So that's just the chords without the pinky. This is when he says, "You got me deep blue." So once you get to this part, the slash chord is kind of tricky. There's two ways you can play it. You can play it like this. It's like a weird C shape with the pinky on the 3rd fret relative to the capo on the 3rd string. I don't know what the name of this chord is, but so you can play it that way, or you can play it this way, which is bar chord on the 10th fret, and then on the 12th fret you put your pinky and ring finger on the 12th fret of the 2nd and 4th string to get this. They're essentially the same chord except for this one, this harder one to play. Well, for me it's kind of hard because I have a regular crappy classical with the nylon strings. But this part, you can very clearly hear in the song these high notes when he's on this part. You can hear the bottom 2 string. You can hear those very clearly when he plays this. So when he says, "Got me deep blue," go all the way here. It's gonna be kind of tricky first couple of times. If you're a beginner, you might want to play this version first and then, move down. But it'll take getting used to, so. That part you play shorter, and then you go back to this. Start over. And that's basically the whole song. I'm not sure if I did, the chorus part right, because I'm not listening to the song, but if I was, I probably would get it right. But again, all you need is the chords for that part, and if you play along, you can very clearly, tell the difference. There's this Peruvian guy on YouTube that did a tutorial like 7 years ago on this song, but what he does is he does this weird finger picking, where he does the thumb on the 5th string, he does like this weird bass thing, and then like a strum with his finger, and then he does some weird picking. Whatever. I thought that was kind of strange. And it's in Spanish, so, if you don't know Spanish, you'd be clueless, So I kind of basically translated most of his video for you guys. And I've seen some people play this song on the 5th fret. It doesn't sound right. Or tuning the guitar up or down and then playing it on whichever other, with the capo on whatever other fret. But I think this is the easiest way to do it. You can go straight to, Living in Material. Or Dark Horse. Or Here Comes the Sun. just some George Harrison songs after that. But yeah, man, that's basically it. Hope you learned something. I really like this song. It's probably one of my favorites off the album. But yeah, that's it. Goodbye.